Hi guys, my name's Ben. This is just a little video to show you my effects unit, DubstepLife, and show you a little tutorial on how to use it. Basically, I think it's a really useful tool for making dubstep, that kind of iconic dubstep bass wobble, and I'd recommend using it with bass or lead synths, but I reckon it's probably possible to use it with some other stuff to get some pretty funky effects, and I'd highly recommend that as well. So we're just going to go into the patch and have a look. So I open it up here. So the basic signal flow is the audio comes in from live, goes into two filters because it's a stereo signal, goes into a gain filter, just a gain meter, just so the user can select whether it's too loud, control the volume, and then back out to live. The filters are obviously receiving their parameters from this filter down here. The user can select whether it's a low pass, high pass, or band pass filter. The filter parameters, cutoff, shelf, and resonance are also controlled by this, controlled by these dials here, which are user settable. But we'll see later how these can attach to the LFO. Up here on the top right, we've got the plug sync object, which basically is just taking time information from live, and the way I've got it working is that it kind of counts in every quarter note and limits it to 16, so that this step sequencer just always moves in time with the drums or whatever's playing, the current project in live. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, and you'll notice on the patcher that the first note is always red, the second and fourth note is always yellow, and the third note is always green. Just a little visual representation just to help the user. Okay, then let me just pause this a second. Okay, cool. So that gets sent there. Obviously, this is visual. You know, it's not. There's no selection available for the user there. It's just a visual representation, so they know which of these menus is currently selected. So that quarter note division comes down into this B patcher here, and if I open that up, you can see that the signal basically comes in, and these select objects split the signal obviously into 16 parts, and it's essentially saying for each step it's asking the phaser at what wave rate would you like to oscillate at, which is obviously the main point of the whole plugin. Comes down to this phaser, which has obviously been set to note values so that it can sync to the project. Goes into this selector here where the user can choose whether they want the waveform to be a cos wave, a square wave, or a saw wave, which is obviously quite fun and useful and comes with some interesting effects. It gets turned, the snapshot here then turns it into a kind of float signal. I've then got another B patcher here, which basically the whole point of this thing is to allow the user to attach the cutoff or the shelf or the resonance to the LFO in order to kind of create that wob 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 dubstep classic sound. I've also got low cut and high cut limiters, which you can set by dragging or just by you know, typing in, which is, you know, great as well, useful. And also it's possible to set multiple ones at the same time. They're obviously all okay, cool. And then over here we've just got some aesthetic stuff. Obviously the presets here, and that is basically it. So if I kind of lock that back up, put it back into presentation mode, come out of here, give you a bit of an idea of how it sounds. Sounds pretty horrible. Sorry. So there you can see this is just one of the presets I've made. It's attaching the cutoff. We could possibly, you know, increase that slightly or less. So yeah, you know, that's how it works. If you want to set a new preset yourself, put in a few weird values. Yeah, that sounds good, and then just shift click on there and it's stored for later, so you know you can view any of them. That's my plugin DubstepLife. Hope you enjoy it. Thank you very much.